Hey everybody, welcome to Moment of Clarity. Stay tuned at the end for my live tour dates and more. But let's get into something our dumpster fire of a Supreme Court did recently. They decided not to take up the case of a Kentucky pro-life, anti-abortion, anti-choice law. It's one of the most backwards, medieval horseshit laws. It was written by orangutans with fucking head injuries. It is so catastrophically stupid. Basically, it says that if you're going to get an abortion in Kentucky, the doctors have to force the mother to look at an ultrasound of the fetus or the lump of cells or whatever at whatever point it's at, and have to tell you about it and have to force you to listen to the heartbeat, even if there's not a heartbeat. We'll get to that in a second. And so it's like forcing all of this shit on. And, first of all, let's consider the fact that in pretty much no other medical procedure do they force a patient to do something they don't want to do, where they're just like, yeah, fuck you, we're gonna do this. And I mean, this would be because it's not actually crucial to the procedure. There's no reason to do it other than to harass the person. So it'd be like if I went in order to get a mole taken off my neck, they were like, okay, but we're gonna stick an ultrasound wand up your ass and force you to look at the internal anal canal. And we're going to do that for a while, and then we'll be happy to take that mole off your neck, that lump of cells off your neck that you no longer want there. Sound good? Because it's not actually crucial to the procedure. It's just something meant to harass. I mean, honestly, there's very little difference between that and okay, I'm going to go in to get my broken arm treated, and so we're going to punch you in the balls. Well, why? Well, it's just part of the law. We have to punch you in the balls to get your arm treated. It's so fucking offensive. I mean, and then let's talk about what a transvaginal ultrasound is. It is sticking a wand into the woman in order to do this ultrasound. So it's basically rape by device. They use a device. I mean, because this is with women that don't want it, right? They don't want this to happen. They came in to exercise their right to choose, their right to decide about their own bodies, their right to decide whether they should have a child at that moment, and instead they get raped by the state. And the funny thing is, this is being put forward by right-wingers who are like, fucking government out of my life. I want the government out of my life. But the government should fucking rape these women with a ultrasound stick. Fuck you. How about this? We'll go ahead with this law as long as you stick the ultrasound wand up men anytime they come into the doctor and want, a Viagra pill, or want to see how their eyesight is doing. Anytime they come in for any kind of doctor visit. All right, sir, just bend over and we'll jam this ultrasound wand up your ass. But I came in because I had a headache. Well, listen, this is what the law says. This is what the Kentucky Supreme Court said I need to do to you. It's just it's insane. And then the whole heartbeat thing. You need to describe to the mother, make the mother listen to the heart. With most of these abortions, there's no heartbeat yet. Yes, there is a pumping through the lump of cells that's inside the mother, but guess what? There's a pulse in my wrist, right? In my finger. You can take the medical devices, they take a pulse by your finger, right? They put a little thing on your finger and they take your pulse. So does that mean I should name my finger and start saving for college? Does that mean if my finger gets chopped off, I should put a fucking bow tie on it and have a little service? Uh-oh, I hardly knew him. But he did wonderful things for me. He did wonderful things for others as well. That was creepy as fuck. No, but the idea that just because there's a pulse going through a lump of cells in your body does not make it a heartbeat. Does not a heartbeat make? So it's ridiculous on multiple levels. So many levels. But then at the end of the day, what this comes down to is really men's right to own and control women. I mean, at the end of the day, because most of these decisions are being made by men, most of these laws are being put forward by men. I'm not saying there aren't women Republicans who would support this shit. That's not what I'm saying, but most of these decisions are being made by men, right? For hundreds of years, thousands of years, if you go back before our country started, men have kind of owned women. Marriage was an ownership ritual. Men took ownership of women as if they were property. Most of the time, women couldn't vote and they couldn't make most decisions. So the decision of whether to have a child also came down to the men. And a lot of specifically right-wingers believe that decision should still be the man's. The man should still control that. The woman should not have control over her body. So at the end of the day, this is men saying, listen, fuck you women. You do not get to decide about your own life. It should still be our decision. And because we don't have that right as much in marriage anymore, because that has largely gone away, because women can vote now, because women can have pretty much any career they want, although there's systemic racism and systemic sexism and all that stuff, but beside the point. We're going to exert our pressure via the state to transvaginally ultrasound rape you to show that the power we have. In a lot of ways, that's what this is. It's really fucking disgusting, and it should infuriate everybody. It should infuriate people who are not women. You don't have to be a woman to understand this is fucked up. And, we should all be standing up against this stuff. We should realize that this is not, this is us versus the ruling elite. This is not women versus men. This is not women who believe in abortion versus other women. This should be all of us standing together to defend the rights of women before the law. All right, that is the moment of clarity, but I wanted to let you know I have live shows coming up in Philadelphia, Austin, Texas, Dallas, Texas, Washington, D.C., of course. You can come to Redacted tonight, as always, in Washington. And then soon, you've got to keep checking back, but soon we will be adding tickets for Toronto, Montreal, Burlington, Vermont, Ottawa, and Columbus, Ohio. We're adding all these in there. Just keep checking back. That's redactedtour.com, or you can go to leecamp.com and click on the schedule tab. Also, my book comes out any day now, or will start shipping any day now. Technically, it doesn't come out till March 1st, but if you pre-order, it'll start shipping soon. And that's at leecampbook.com. Intro by Jimmy Dore, forward by Chris Hedges. All my Truth Dig columns for the past several years, as well as extra content. All right, keep fighting.